Hey guys, it's been a long time coming with this one. We had the Hatsan 95. We're going to take our final look at it today. I'll post the link up to the first video I did, which was like an unboxing and a close-up look at it so you can get an idea of what all the gun features. But right now we're going to take a look at the recoil of the gun. We're going to see if the SAS does what it should, I guess. Also going to take a look at the trigger. We are going to take a look, obviously, at some accuracy and some chrony numbers as well. So let's get to it. So guys, just a few notes about the gun here. I did want to mention I had to actually use the warranty on the first 95 I got. What ended up happening is there was some issue with the safety would actually reset itself after the gun was fired. So like the recoil would knock the safety back. I believe there's a spring in there that was missing, kind of oversight from the factory or something like that. I was also having some issues with some of the metals on the gun warping and actually bending. Again, not sure why that was. Could have just been a bad one. Don't really know. I've heard the safety issue has happened on a few other rifles. It's not something that's going to really be an issue, but you know, it was just something that was not right about the rifle. So when I ended up having some other issues with the gun, you know, I had them take a look at it. And actually, the reason I bring that up is because Rick Eustler, who many of you may know as AirgunWeb here on YouTube, was or is the customer service warranty rep for Hatsan USA. I gotta say a big thank you to Rick because he helped me out a ton in this process. He actually, pulled the gun out for me, replaced it, went through the gun, made sure it was up to spec as it should have been. Really went above and beyond, I guess, the call. Where he could have certainly just sent out another gun. He went through it and made sure it was right. And I really appreciate that. And I know I'm not the only one who's gotten that kind of service out of Rick and Hatsan USA. So definitely big marks there for Hatsan. So basic function of the 95, very simple. Standard brake barrel. Break the barrel down. It's about 35, 40 pounds of cocking effort. Always make sure you're holding onto the barrel. Take your pellet, load it into the breech. Close it back up. Automatic safety. Take it off safe. Get it on target. And pull the trigger. Simple as that.
Taking a look at the Quattro trigger here, you'll see it's got a kind of interesting shape to it, but I was really pleased with the way it pulls. It's very crisp and it's consistent. On the downside though, it is a little heavy. After adjusting it, it's around 5 pounds, so it's certainly hunting ready, but not going to do you much good off the bench. Alright, so we're going to take a look at recoil and the SAS system in the 95. What you're about to see is a shot in real time and then a bunch of shots in slow motion from different angles. You could see there, it jumped a little bit, and now you're going to see just how much it really jumps. Definitely a good bit of kick, and you will feel it. Does the SAS system work? Well, I've never shot the gun without it, so I can't say for sure, but it's certainly not as harsh as it appears. So the jury's still out on that one. So let's take a look at some accuracy now at 10 and 30 yards. Here's the 10-yard grouping, which winds up being just under a half an inch with the JSB exacts. I've shot much better groupings with this, but also keep in mind that this is being done with the scope on about 3x, so I can't really get it clear past that. And here's 30 yards with the Craftsman Premier hollow points. These group pretty well, under an inch, so you could certainly hunt with them with that kind of accuracy. But the JSB exacts did far better, and for the 30-yard testing I had to use the scope on 7x, so not the full 9 power that I would have liked to use it on, but still a 3/4 inch group, very impressive. So I forgot to put the chrony result stuff on video here, but The problem with the first gun also was that it was doing about 880 with 8.4 grain JSBs, and Hatsan advertises their guns to be shot with lead. So 1,000 foot per second means 1,000 feet per second with like a 7 grain pellet for Hatsan. So 8.4 going at 880 was not right either. The new gun that I got back from Hatsan USA ended up spitting the 8.4s out at right around 930 feet per second, which obviously 50 foot per second difference, much better, and I can live with that.
So that about wraps up the review of the Hatsan 95. As you can see, it's accurate, has a pretty decent trigger for a $150 gun, great looking stock. The recoil, I don't know exactly if the SAS system lives up to its name, but it's certainly not as harsh as a lot of 1,000 foot per second guns I've shot. So that's kind of going to be, depending on what you've shot. But overall, I thought it wasn't too bad. Combo scope held up. Really surprised by that one. You got an accurate, powerful, good shooting gun for $150. I'm not complaining, and it's backed by a great service at Hatsan USA. Definitely have no fear if you are worried about taking the plunge and worried about, if you do have an issue, you're going to get taken care of. So, Hatsan 95, guys, $150. Easily money well spent.